It's almost hockey season, y'all, so you know, repping the Arizona Coyotes in this video. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Allison and I am a YA fantasy writer. We talk about books, we talk about fangirl things, and we talk about writing here on this channel. Today, we're going into the fangirl slash bookish realm of my channel where I'm going to be talking about sequels or prequels that I want. Now this could be something we never got, something that is coming, or just my selfish want for more books. I know we've all been there. So I have 10 sequels slash prequels that I would want for my own selfish pleasure, and I need them now. I'm calling you out, authors, I need them now. Number one, I know that there is a sequel coming out, but I don't want the sequel that is coming out necessarily. The Legend series. Now I know we're getting a sequel called Rebel, right? It's gonna go right here. In the near future. But my problem is I don't want that sequel. I'm gonna be selfish and say I don't want Rebel. I know it has to do with Day, but he's not really Day anymore. His name is Daniel or something. Like, he's not the same person he was after the end of Champion, and it follows Eden, his sister, and like that's all fine and dandy, but like I wasn't really that connected to Eden in the first read through I had of this book, and what happens after? You'll see a trend with this for me when I want a sequel of a book that is already a finished series. I want to know what happens after. Like, what happened? I know we got that 10-year time jump, but like, what happened in those 10 years? What happened to our main characters, and what were the repercussions of the ending of that whole entire like series? I don't want to give it away if you haven't read it, but if you've read it, you understand where I'm coming from. Like, what happened to June? Where did she go? Someone tell me. I'm just going to be selfish and say I want that. Number two is another selfish one of a series that is already finished, but I want more books from it. And that would be Jennifer L. Armentrout's series, the Lux series. I want to know, not necessarily like, I don't want like a Katie and Damon situation. And I know that there is a sequel to this book, The Dark Star. I think that's the sequel that follows another character in the series. I haven't read it. I have it on my shelf. I need to read it, but I haven't gotten to it because I'm not really incredibly interested. What I'm interested in is the children. If you know what I'm talking about, you know. But there is a child named Ashley that I want to know more about. I want to see how she grows up. I want to see them be parents, and I want to see that parental group, and I want to see Katie and Damon have a happy ending. I know that they did have a happy ending and supposedly they had a kid, but like, what happened to those children after all of this went down? It's not over. Ashley's life is not going to be happy daisies going on being the way she is. I'm just saying. So, my selfish butt wants more of that world. Number three is a sequel that is coming out. It is, but I want it now. And the first book just came out, so I'm not gonna get it till fall 2020, and that is Honey and Blood by Shelby Mahern. And she wrote Serpent and Dove. I love that book so much, and I need to know what happened to my babies. I need to know. Give me Honey and Blood right now. Give it to me. I know you're probably like editing it right now, but I will take whatever you throw at me. I know Shelby's not watching this, but if you ever do see this video, Shelby, just know I will beta read, I will critique, I will just tell you how wonderful you are because I want to know what happens next. Number four is another one where I wasn't satisfied with the ending of the books, and that would be the Divergent series, mostly Allegiant. what happens to Tobias after the aftermath? Okay, this book has been out for so long, and if you should know, but what happened after Tris died? Like, there was some little like push that he got with Christina, but it wasn't really confirmed, and like, I want to know what happened to Tobias and like the entire city after this happened, because we're kind of just left hanging to like interpret how we're supposed to. And I think that's why I don't like dystopians anymore, because a lot of dystopians just leave me hanging like, oh yeah, we beat the bad guy, but that's it. Like, you'll just have to figure out if we've survived or if we figured out our shit by yourself. I want more. What happens? What happens after Tris dies? I know we get a little bit, but like, number 5 is another one that I wasn't satisfied with the ending, and I want more. We are getting a prequel to this series, and that would be The Hunger Games. But honestly, I don't really care about the prequel. Like, I kind of care. Like, I think it will be interesting, but we've already been through 2 Hunger Games through Katniss's eyes, and honestly, do we really need to go through another one with a new character? No. Unless they're not the victor and they die, I think that would be totally interesting to see this character go through all this and then just be like killed off. Maybe that's just me, but like, we've already seen victors through many times, through the movies, through all of that. But my issue was, and don't get me wrong, Mockingjay is my favorite book out of the series. I know, unpopular opinion. But we are kind of just left after Katniss kills Coin and she's like banished to District 12. We're kind of just left like, what happened? Like, did the capital and the districts like figure it out? Did they demolish the district system? Did it become the United States? Was that the whole thing that before we had it? Like, did it become the United States, or did they do something else? Like, what happened to everyone where we just, did they have another, I couldn't remember when I was writing this list, like, did they have another Hunger Games with the Capitol's children, and then it just spiraled into the Capitol's children now being in the Hunger Games? Which would make everything pointless, and Prim's death pointless. But like, I'm seriously like, I am that type of person where I watched chapter 2 and I was like, but I want to know more. Like, give me more. Maybe the book would give me more, but I'm always the type of greedy person who wants like every single detail about a world and every single detail about a character's life afterwards, that I'm not satisfied after. Number 6 is the Selection series. Now, we do have a sequel to the Selection series that we're just like not gonna get into because I'm not the biggest fan of it. But we spent 3 books until someone was crowned. I'm gonna give spoilers to the Selection, so if you don't want to hear spoilers for the Selection, just click to when the picture goes away. We spent 3 books until America was crowned. Almost not crowned, but then Maxon got shot and was like, oh yeah, I actually love you. I digress. And then we see their wedding. Great, fine and dandy. But you know what I wanted to see? I wanted to see the caste system demolished. I wanted to see America and Maxon rule and see the aftermath of them having to be crowned right away. Like, that was like my whole thing. I loved this world and I loved the characters, but what? The whole point was for them to get married and then not do anything? Like, we see bits and pieces through Edelin's eyes, their daughter, but like, I don't like Edelin, and I think she's a brat. Like, what was the point? Like, yeah, she got married, yeah, she was the selected, but I love the monarchy system in this book so much that I wanted to know more. Number 7 is one that's kind of going to be controversial. We've heard hints of maybe getting a sequel to this series, but my trash self will always want this because I'm just weird, and that is the Twilight series. I want a sequel with Renesmee and Jacob. What I really want, and this is like so weird, but I had a conversation with someone, would be, what if, here's a gander, listen, what if the Volturi came back and there was like this love octagon between Jacob and Alec and Noel? But like, I really don't care about Noel, but like the love triangle, like, I would be totally okay with that. Sorry, Jacob, for putting you in another love triangle, octagon, weird thing. But honestly, like, it wouldn't be surprising if the Volturi came back from Renesmee and were like checking up on her because she's like this weird mutant thing that they don't know how it's gonna react in front of humans. Can I have that? I would like to know. I also want to see Edward as a father because I feel like he'd be like a really invasive father because he reads minds. She ain't getting away with anything. She ain't sneaking out to the La Push to go see her werewolf boyfriend because guess what? Knock knock, Edward's here. I read your mind. What is wrong with me? We're gonna move on to the next one. Number 8 is another Stephenie Meyers one, which we were supposed to get. We were supposed to get this, and this is where I get heated because, listen, Stephenie Meyers, love you, love your books, but where is the sequel to The Host? It was supposed to be a trilogy. A trilogy. The Host is one of my favorite books of all time, and I just want more from it. The movie left off on this giant cliffhanger, which don't know why, because we were never getting Seeker. I get so heated about The Host because I just love that book so much. I love the world so much. And I want to know what happened. Did the aliens continue to take over? Did they go out and did they have like a post-apocalyptic Walking Dead with aliens showdown where they just like killed all the aliens and like took them out of people's heads? Like, my questions rain wild at 2 a.m. with that one. Number 9 is another one. I was not satisfied with the ending because it wasn't an ending. That would be the Delirium series. If you read this book and all of the books, they're good books. They are. But that ending, it was like Lauren Oliver was like, I don't want to write it anymore. That'll just be the ending. Like, that's literally how it ended. And I know it's supposed to be open-ended and everything, but nothing was solved. Nothing was solved. And the whole point of all of these books was to solve the issue in the system. And I just felt like we didn't do anything. We did all of this work, had all of this chaos happen, had people die, and then we were just screwed over with a crappy ending. And I just want to know, even if it was in a novella that explained like what they did and how they fixed it or how they semi-fixed it, I would be satisfied. Also, I wouldn't be opposed for a prequel to this to see how we got there. Like, how the people got there to thinking that, I think in Delirium it's love is a disease. Like, how did we get there? I would also take a novella prequel of that. Thank you. Have a nice day, Lauren Oliver. And number 10 is the one that inspired this all at 3 a.m. last night because I was like running around my room angry about this and stomping all around. If you know anything about me, you know I love Harry Potter. I always will love Harry Potter. And I know we got prequels from the Tales of Grindelwald and Fantastic Beasts series, which I personally like. I really like Newt's story. And I know we got the Cursed Child, but we're just gonna ignore that weird mutant baby and shove it aside because I don't want that. You know what I want? I want a prequel of the Marauders. Please, give me Lily, give me James, give me Remus, give me Sirius. I don't really care about Peter, but he'll be there. And give me Snape. I want to see their years at Hogwarts, and it doesn't even have to start in year 1. It can start, I don't know, year 5, 6, 7. I don't care. What I want is the development of the Marauders seeing Remus become a werewolf, freaking Sirius and Remus in the prank. If you don't know what the prank is, just look it up on Google. You can research it. I want to see, like, I want to see the Longbottoms. I want to see their parents because we get so much about them. And honestly, I'm sorry, Harry, but my favorite characters are the Marauders. I personally love the Marauders. I personally love Sirius and I love Lily. There's a reason why my main character's name is Liliana, because I just love that name. I love the character. But I just need that in my life. I don't care if it's a movie. I don't care if it's a book. I don't care if it's a novella. Just give me something of the Marauders. Actually, you know what I'd really like? A TV show. A Netflix show of the Marauders. Hi, my name's Allison and I will freaking play every single character in cosplay if someone would dress me up because I love them that much. It's not gonna be good. It's gonna be trash if I do it that way, but like the idea, you can have it. I will give it to you. Just take it. Just take it. Go make the series and come back to me and I'll let you know if you did it right. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was silly, it was fun, but these are really things that I want in my life. I need in my life. I probably will never get some of them in my life. But if any author is listening, hey, we can talk. I'll give you my ideas for what you should do with this series. This next month is going to be fun and crazy and wild, so I would stay tuned, hit that subscribe button so you can enter all of the giveaways that are coming. There are going to be 3 giveaways, actually 4 giveaways now that I think about it, on my channel, my Instagrams, and my Twitter, so I would look out for that this October. I'll see y'all next time in Wonderland. Bye!